This is the fragmentation we're looking at. When we're talking about emerging markets such as Brazil, we don't have many people using iPhone out there. We don't have many people using Androids. People don't have money to buy this kind of device. TIM, which is the second or third largest carrier in Brazil, is focusing then on bringing smartphones up to $100. So you can imagine the kind of fragmentation we'll have with smartphones that cost up to $100. They're not iPhones, they're not Androids, they're totally different technology. And if you want to reach mass market, we definitely must support this kind of phones. Second trend is mobile cloud. And as Mr. Shimada has said here, if we have a strong network that really supports transactions and throughput of the mobile systems, there's no reason why we must install or download an application on our phones. As it happened on the internet, now it's fairly good to use Gmail as our main mail application. We have some restrictions, of course, but it's fairly good. And mobile cloud is definitely going to be the next step of that. If we have to address different kind of technology and different kind of device, it's going to be a real problem. So why would we focus on developing or creating or supporting new standards if the internet standards, the web standard is already out there? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, these are the standards. Billions and billions of euros are already being invested on these standards. We don't have to create a new one. We should take a look and invest on these standards. That's what we're looking for in this platform of the future. Paid content. Paid content is something that will definitely decrease. We're seeing the internet, in the beginning of the business model of the internet, everybody was trying to protect their content, was trying to charge the user for their content, and content is not anymore paid in the internet. It's totally supported by advertisers. And in the mobile world, they should definitely follow this rule. We now see people spending tons and tons of money to receive SMS alerts that, oh, your team scored. So should it be paid really, or should it be sponsored by someone, by a bank, by an advertiser? So it's really expensive, especially on the emerging markets, to the users to access content on the mobile. So let's give them some support of advertisers. There's tons of advertisers wanting to be present on the mobile phones of the users. Let's do that. So this platform, the future, we believe that is totally supported by advertisers. And the fourth trend is basically we're foreseeing a decrease of content. When we saw the World Cup in 2006 and the World Cup in 2010, content definitely played the main role of the mobile world. People were trying to access content, basically. Either it to be information about their team, or pictures, or videos. Now, people will start wanting to use the mobile phone as a point of view, a use case to access real service, not only contents that it's for entertainment purpose. It should be basically using the mobile phone for access real service, either public or private. How do I move myself within a host city? How do I find a restaurant that is credited by the host city? So this is what we're looking for, not providing content to the users, but providing really real service in order for them to have a great experience during this event. Developing the solution. How do we start now to be ready in 2016? This is the addresses we're doing for each of the trends. Fragmentation, we definitely should go upon a multi-platform strategy. To reach mass market, we have to be present in every platform. If we exclude a piece of the population, or exclude a part of any platform, we're not being universal. And the main piece of the platform, the future, is being universal. Second is mobile cloud, internet standards. We don't want to invent a new kind of standards. Let's use the standards that's already there. It's already being invested by everyone. Paid content. We won't charge the users to know where should they use during the night. Let's give the users, the advertisers, to support this service. And let's integrate with public and private sectors. This is a snapshot of the platform, and we're bringing this to the host cities of the Olympic Games. It's basically a platform integrated with different modules for the different kind of consuming behaviors. So how do people move using public transportation? How do people find the best place to shop or the best place to eat? How do people find healthcare? How do people find security? So how will they access this service, especially in a country which is in the developing markets? It's much more difficult. I don't know how many of you had the opportunity to be in Brazil, but it's much more difficult for foreigners to move around the city and move safely around the city without any kind of support. This is the kind of support we want to give to them. And this is totally based on the cloud. It should be totally based in the cloud. It should be available in multi-platform, not only mobile device, but all the mobile internet devices that are going to be available in there, such as ebooks, tablets, web, mobile phones. They should be all supported by advertisers. It should be a free service for anyone who's going to be attending to these events. Basically, this is the message I want to bring to you. This is our contact. Feel free to send me an email. Thank you very much.